and sometimes you have new trading concept. But in fact, I think it's always almost the same because the market it's changing, but the structure of the market are still the same.
Welcome everyone, today we're sitting down with Denis Switalski. Looking forward to talking about his trading more on the mechanical side. Definitely a lot of good knowledge into that. And naked trader, so we'll kind of go into that. So Denis, welcome to the podcast. Good to have you here. And please tell me a bit more about kind of yourself and sort of what you do these days.
So I'm a naked trader. I'm trading for myself, and I'm the owner of a backtesting software. It's pretty recent because I think I built this software almost 2 years ago, and I've been busy because I have different activities. I love to change my activities to avoid being bored. So I have some other activities in IT as well as a pen tester. It's IT engineering to assess the security. It's a professional hacking, but it's pretty rare right now. The most of my activities are related to trading and the software engineering, naked market, the backtesting software.
Nice. What brought you to trading in the first place? How did you begin trading?
Like a lot of people, it was, I think, now almost 10 years ago. And like a lot of people, I was looking for the holy grail, some perfect trading system. And it was interesting because coming from the IT field, I had some psychological bias. Because when you are an IT engineer, you like to automate a lot of things, and like a lot of people, when you discover, enter the trading journey, you want to earn money quickly and you want to automate it. So you understand quickly that it's not so easy and it's very hard, in fact. And so I went to this world through this window, and I spent a lot of time learning from forums, from books, and like a lot of people, I changed a lot of my training system. I have a friend who calls this process the cycle of doom. In fact, you find a training system, you test it, you're happy with it a certain period of time, and after you have the drawdowns. During the drawdowns, in fact, you quit the system and you change the system, and you can do it during months, years. So at the step, you have to stop that and to be responsible, to be in charge of your loss, understanding that, and you can become a profitable trader. But it's I studied like that, like a lot of people, by learning on internet. But there is more stuff right now than 10 years ago, of course.
Did you start with indicators in the beginning, or were you like fully naked from the start?
Yeah, I think like a lot of people, you think that there is some magical indicator that will help you to trade and be right all the time. So I started with indicators. If you go to some community, I gone to Forex Factory, you can see all the threads with these charts that they are so ugly with maybe 20, 30 indicators on the charts. It's really hard to see the price action. So I started with that, but I understood that the simpler, the better. So one day I stopped using indicators. I met one of my friends now, Walter Peters, who is one of the mentor of the naked trading community. He's using no indicators, so just price action. It's easier to understand. It's easier to analyze the price without some indicators. So I started with it, and now no, just pure price action with two information: the value, the price itself, and the time, because I like taking this parameter in my trading system. And sometimes it can be underrated. The timing of the markets are very, very important for me.
You have an IT background, and I feel like with an IT background, it's hard to, like, indicators are very like numbers based, very clear. Like, it's very clear if it's like a specific number in the indicator. Naked charts, like only candlesticks, can be a bit kind of subjective sometimes. So how did you find structure into a kind of naked chart without indicators?
Very good question. Yeah, as you said, we love statistics when you come from the IT field and you like to automate it, to frame everything. The thing is, you can't frame the markets. The markets are sometimes unstable. It's very hard to forecast them over the long run. So yeah, it's important for me I understood an important step in my learning process was to understand that there is always in every trading system two sides, two components. The first one is the systemic side, and the second one is the discretionary side. Sorry, and both are representing the whole trading system. So, as an IT engineer, you want to have a systemic trading system, the most part of the trading system to be systematic. But in fact, I think during my 10 years of activity in this field, I almost never met a very good trading system relying 100% just on systematic side. You always have to include some discretionary component inside, and this is in fact the most important part, because the systematic side is when you have a trading system, you have some rules. It's often pretty easy rules. You will not trade the Monday or the Friday. You have some chart patterns, some price structure to follow. This is the systemic side can be transferred between traders. It's easy. And when you're learning, when you have a mentor, it's easy to inherit from this systemic side, because it's just rule to follow, it's pretty dumb. But the discretionary side is the main component, because this is what it will decide if you are doing a good action or wrong action in your process, in your execution. With this discretionary side, in fact, it represents your experiences, your feedback, your loss feeling. So this kind of thing can be transferred between traders. So I understood that the discretionary side is almost mandatory for every trading system. So as an IT engineer, what we can do is trying to maximize, to have a systemic side, maybe ideally, I think maybe 95% of systemic side and the rest 5% of discretionary side.
And this is a fair point. So this is what you don't get when you strategy jump, when you go from one thing to the next thing. You can't really get that understanding of things that's as deep as if you kind of stick to one thing.
Yeah, it's in fact, it's very important. It's crucial to stick to your system, because I think a lot of people, when they are still in the learning process, you have to inherit from the information from somewhere. So it can be a mentor, it can be I don't know, some forum, some friends, and they will give some information to you to address the market and to trade. But at some point, to break the cycle of doom, you have to be in charge of your own action and your own mistakes, because you have to become an independent thinker. You have to cut the link between you and your mentor. It's important to understand that you stick more to your own ideas, to other ideas, to somebody else. So you have to cut the link between you and your mentor, and understanding that if there is a mistake, you are the sole person in charge of this mistake. And when you understand that, in fact, yeah, you are able to trade for yourself and become successful because you can take notes, you can be honest with yourself and stop changing all the system and just saying, oh, it's not working. In fact, this is because my mentor effort, in fact, it's just a scam, is not good at it. No, it's just because the discretionary side is different between you and his. So yeah, it's important to become independent thinker at some point, I think.
How long did it take you to become a profitable trader?
I think how long? I read so many books and forums, some concepts. You know, the Elliott waves. Now there is a lot of trading concepts. The industry is like that today, and is there is a lot of scam. There is a lot of crooks. You know, and sometimes you have new trading concept. But in fact, I think it's always almost the same, because the markets are the markets. It's changing, but the structure of the market are still the same over the year. I think so. I spent a lot of time learning a lot of concepts during 1 year, maybe 2 years. And after that, to become profitable, I didn't want to risk my money directly on the market. So I knew that in the process, I needed to backtest my trading, my ideas. In fact, when you have ideas, concept, you have to test them against the market, but without risking real money. So backtesting is very important for me. It's a tool. It's very crucial to become successful, because like every other activities, you have to train yourself to become good. You have to regularly train yourself to repeat the same action, and backtesting is that, regularly going offline and testing your ideas over the long run. And it helps you to gain confidence over the time, because when you see that during the backtesting, you have a training system making money during the 20 last years, you can expect, you can say to yourself, okay, it's not losing money. I can training it in live, and maybe I'll make money. And you see that, in fact, when you define, that was an important step for me to become profitable. It's to define a framework, a frame where you are doing your training stuff to be to have some stability, and just do always the same action. Have your execution always the same, and do always the same action. So yeah, to almost 1 or 2 years to become profitable. And it was mainly based on on the backtesting and understanding that I have my own system. I have to build my own system and stop just copycat, just follow other trading systems from a lot of people out there.
That's a good point. So how long overall did it take? Is it about 3 years, or is it a bit more than that, or?
Yeah. If I have, I don't know if we can forecast my screen or something else, but in fact, I have another an old website where I show my results. So yeah, I needed 2 years to become profitable, and after that, I came in the public world, if we can say that. And my track record was public. It's still public, but it's I think now it's about 7 or 8 years ago. It's pretty old, but I have I think 3 or 4 years of public track record, and it's swing trading. Yes, so during this time it was public, but it was, as I said, sometimes it could be some kind of annoyance, because it's important when you're trading to have your framework. And as I said, because I had a lot of inquiries, a lot of request incoming mails of some retail customers saying, for example, why I was not trading today, because I was a swing trader, very slow trader. So sometimes a lot of people can send you a lot of email requesting why you don't trade like that, why you trade like that. So at some point I stopped that because it's very time consuming. In fact, you can have a lot of emails you have to reply, but it depends a lot of the maturity level of the customers. This is what I experienced. In fact, there is two worlds, the retail world and the institutional world. In the retail world, it depends on the customer. Sometimes you can have a very interesting customer, understanding that you can take time, it's your own stuff, you know. But the majority of people wants to understand. They will leave, as I said before. If it doesn't fit their expectation, they will stop following. Long story short, and the institutional side is very different because the approach is very different. It's not about winning money; it's about not losing too much money. It's a risk-oriented approach, and it's very interesting because you have to be tested. In fact, you have some period of time when you're trading for hedge funds where they are testing you. You can have 6 months, 1 year of real money, and they see how you're earning money, and they know that stuff. So they are just looking at the risk you take, and most mainly. And after that, they can adjust the risk factor to gain more or less money. But it was interesting just to say that, this past period of time, it was public, and it was swing trading. So it doesn't fit everybody personality, because a lot of people like to be active in front of their charts. It's not my case. I like to analyze, to look at my charts, but I don't want to spend all my time, all my day in front of my charts. I love doing a lot of other things. So I think it's important as well to find the place where in your life, in your frame, again, your training activity. How do you want where do you want to put it in your life? How much place do you want to take it? All day long, or some 1 hour per day? So swing trading, I had some difficulty to make understand the people that it's my own rhythm, own pace. So
It's really funny you mentioned this, because I have the same issue. I have people who reach out to me. They say they want to see live trades, like they want to see me get in and out in like 5 minutes. But that's just not what I do. I do like longer term, like you do, the same swing trading, where like you take many days, maybe many hours. You're not at the chart like watching the whole trade for the whole hour or the whole like multiple hours. So it's a different style of trading for sure. And you're right mentioning the fact that institutions look at a different thing than retail traders. Are you kind of dealing more now with institution, or are you kind of trading on your own mostly?
Mostly today it's mostly my own money. My own money. At the time I was trading for two different hedge funds. I had to stop with one hedge fund because of some new regulation. At a period of time, it was a bit complex, and the other one, it's the slow rhythm of my own trading system. It was good for the taste at the beginning and less at the end. But I think this is the main point, very important. You don't have to change yourself. You don't have to change your mind, your framework, your trading point of view, your way of thinking, of viewing the thing, related to the circumstances. I think I have my own system. It's making money, maybe not not money for a lot of people, but it's my system, and I will not change that. If you want to change your system, I'm afraid you're likely to fail. So what I do now, and this is the point. This is why I designed my trade backtesting software. I wanted to find other setups, other trading system, always in the swing trading framework, and I found other. So I'm trading other system. It's very system with 1 to 4 trade per month. I know it's not a lot, but over the time, it's for me, it's great. And that's why I designed this backtesting software, because at the time, so 3-4 years ago, I didn't find any interesting backtesting software. There was Forex tester mainly. Now we have a FX replay, but it was not very efficient for me. And I found some issue with them. So I designed my own backtesting engine without user interface. And after that, it was mainly for me, in fact, to test my own concepts, my own training ideas with a lot of statistics, as we said before, with a very accurate statistic with a lot of ratio to assess the strength of the system. And after that, in fact, I had to use a user interface, and from this time, I decided maybe it can be interesting for other people. And it's like that Naked Market was born, and now we have a significant user basis, and we have different interfaces. It's very interesting because we are very transparent. We have a roadmap where we explain everything we do, everything we plan to do. There is a lot of user requests. At the start, we had only a MetaTrader interface. Now we have a TradingView interface. So the customer are helping us to improve the software. And in fact, you pay one time, and after it's a free support, and you can you can request whatever you want. So it's interesting experience as well to see the retail side as a software engineer to help other people become successful with a tool to test yourself, to train.
Yeah, you're totally right. It's pretty cool that you made your own software for that. I think, to be fair, I never tried it, but I think you have to go and try it for sure after this interview to see how it is. But it's pretty cool that you made your own thing. And I have issues with like a lot of backtesting platforms where they're either like complex, like Forex tester is like really complex sometimes. Like you want to find a quick thing to do, it doesn't work. There's other softwares that are pretty good too, but they have other issues. So it's good that you made your own. Definitely check it out. And tell us a bit more about kind of how this differentiates from the other backtesting platforms out there.
The main focus for me at the beginning, I was the sole user of this software at the beginning. So I wanted to test quickly ideas and concepts. So I didn't want, even as an IT engineer, to code, to use coding skills to test my trading ideas. So I created what we call the module in the software called the Rule Manager. This is a module where you can define the way of you are entering, exiting the markets without coding. It's just pure graphical interfaces with some graphical module with some easy or more complex rules, and you can define the setups you want to see, you want to analyze on your charts. For example, when you are backtesting, you can spend a lot of time just hitting the press bar to see the bars displaying forward. And with the Rule Manager, you can define a rule when you want to see, for example, I don't know, some conditions, some price patterns, some indicator, the Bollinger Band, or some EM moving average breakouts. You can define this kind of condition easily graphically, and you just have to press to hit the key, and always you will see the condition, the state of the market you want to analyze, and you can define easily entering the market. Instead of always setting your stop loss, your entering price with the risk, you can easily automate it, but again, just graphically. So the main point was to save time. You have an idea, you saw recently on the market, maybe new patterns, new setups. Quickly, you can test them, and there is a module called fast backtest when you define your rules and you can run your concept over 20 years in a few minutes. So the main point, it's different to be very efficient, I hope, and but I use it for myself as well. So very efficient, quick, without coding skills. And after that, with the help of the other user, the interface is very better. Now with TradingView, I know that a lot of people like using TradingView. So we have the same interface and a lot more statistics than other softwares, because statistics is crucial. Again, it's not because you have I don't know 100% earning gain per year that it's a good system. You have to assess the risk related to the risk. You have the ratio. You can do some Monte Carlo simulation. You can analyze deeply the drawdown. So all this stuff is including the software to help the traders. I think it's important to have that.
Sounds like it's going to save a lot of time for sure. So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to try that after our interview here and see how that goes. But definitely, it's a big time saver for sure. What would you tell people who want to get profitable these days in trading? Should they kind of go and read the forums like you did before? Or is there a better way for them to learn and kind of get profitable faster?
Well, with the time, so it's now 2 years ago. Where I have some interesting feedbacks from a user, and helping them. In fact, as I said, we are very transparent, and often it's interesting to see how the user want their backtesting program work to be fast and to help them. In fact, less friction there is, and more likely they are to find something interesting and to go deeper in their system, because it's always the same thing. You can have some trading ideas. You have to analyze, to test them deeply. And when it's deep, when you stick with the system, even in backtesting, you can start having some interesting results. So we can help the users. And after, when we see that their framework, even in backtesting, is almost perfect for them, we can see, they can test a lot. And when you can test a lot, you have a lot of statistics. You can learn from the mistakes, and you can see customers having profitable results over the time in backtesting, and after that, eventually in a live trading session.
The funny thing is that there's ideas so many places. Like you could listen to interviews, get ideas from traders about what to trade. But then if you never test it, or if you never go like in a backtesting platform, or even like just on your charts and test it, then you don't have confidence in it. You cannot retrade it live after. Then you jump from one thing to the next, like you said, you go from strategy to strategy, and you kind of just not get any results that way. So having a place to test it first, I think, is a big key. And I think people should just practice that more.
Yeah, exactly. I think, it's very important. As I said previously, when you want to be good at any activity, you have to train yourself. You can become successful. There are some other activities like arts or sports. It's not so hard and not so risky. But on the markets, we know when you're successful. It's in theory it's easy to become successful. In theory, why? Because it's just probabilities. Winner, losers with risk exposure. I was lucky enough to come from the IT field, also from the security field. So I knew all the risk exposure information, but in practice, it's very hard. It's very tedious to become profitable because there is all this psychological aspect, which is crucial. Again, you have to feel the loss really before becoming profitable. This is my point of view. I think if you go to the market without training yourself, risking all your money, the odds are very high to lose your money. But it's not a failure because you can learn from it. You have to remind the feeling what is to lose a lot of money in few seconds, maybe. And learning from that, you can adapt yourself, analyze your personality. It's very important to find a training system that suits your personality. It's very important. Very stressful, not stressful. Myself, it's a swing training, so it's very zen, in fact. But I'm not a nervous people, so I like this kind of training style. And yes, so it's very important to train and to the live training. After that, it's just backtesting system. So backtesting and demo trading is not live trading. It's a whole different world. Demo trading is easy. There is no risk exposure. When you live trade, it's very different. But your backtesting session are here to feel you confident, to say to you, you already did that in the past. The odds are high that you're likely to earn money over the long run with the live trading.
Sounds good. I love it for sure. So where can people connect with you or find out more about your backtesting software?
For the backtesting software, so it's called Naked Markets, .com. So we have a website. Maybe I can give you the link after if you're interested, or I can
Definitely, yeah.
On the screen. But we have an important thing. As I said, we are very transparent. I think it's very important to show to people how we work and what are our plans. But for information on our website, we have it's possible to download all the data for free. I think it's not. In fact, our data are coming from free and paid services, but this is my point of view. I think this kind of data, it's just historical markets data. I think this data should be public. In fact, it's just, the price in text file at the end of the day over the last 20 years. So it's possible on our website to download it for free. It's a good quality data, with a tick format data. So you have a lot of stuff. It's very it's pretty big, but just for information. And on the website there is this kind of stuff, and we have a wiki and we have a forum. So on the website nakedmarkets.com you can find all those stuff about it. There is a demo version, and you can ask everything you want on the forum or by email.
Awesome. Looks like you do a lot of good work for the trading community. I'll put the link below in the show notes for this backtesting platform. People can check it out. They can try it out, and hopefully they can reach out to you and get started with the backtest. So thank you, Denis, for this interview. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we can catch up soon and discuss more. It'll be cool.